Welcome to Factory on Air by DBR77, where smart manufacturing gets real. This is Episode 7, Increasing Visibility into Production Processes. If you can't see your factory clearly, you can't improve it. In this episode, we dive into how real-time data, IoT sensors, and virtual dashboards give manufacturers the full picture, from OEE to cycle times to machine status, as it happens. You'll hear how companies across automotive, food, and textiles use live data to reduce downtime, spot issues early, and make faster decisions. We'll also show how DBR77 connects your machines and systems to a powerful digital twin that helps you monitor, simulate, and optimize operations, all in real time. Factory on Air is powered by DBR77, the all-in-one platform for digital twins, industrial IoT, and smart dashboards. Let's get started.
Have you ever had that feeling, maybe at work, maybe managing a complex project, where you feel like you're trying to navigate a ship in just really dense fog? You know where you want to go, right? You've got the destination clear, but you just can't quite see all the obstacles or the hidden currents, maybe even your own progress clearly in real time. It's that feeling of being, well, sort of in the dark about crucial processes, not really understanding what's happening, as it happens. It's a common challenge, isn't it? But what if visibility wasn't just about seeing a little bit further ahead? What if it meant gaining this crystal clear, deep understanding almost instantly, like the fog just evaporates? Today, we're taking a deep dive into exactly that idea, but focusing on the world of industrial production. We're going to zero in on how companies can get precisely this kind of crystal clear visibility into their operational processes. And we'll explore why this level of transparency isn't just some nice-to-have feature anymore, or, some futuristic concept. It's really become an absolute necessity for survival and growth in today's market. It's incredibly fast-paced out there.
That's a perfect way to put it, actually, because what we often see even today across the landscape of, traditional manufacturing and logistics companies is this reliance on outdated information. It's quite common. They're often operating on data that's hours old, maybe days, sometimes even weeks old. So they end up making decisions reactively. They're essentially just putting out fires, fires that have already grown pretty large instead of preventing the spark in the first place. Our mission, really, in this deep dive is to properly illuminate how modern technology is fundamentally transforming this reactive landscape. It's about empowering businesses to actually anticipate issues, to adapt quickly, and to truly lead their markets, not just, scramble to respond to whatever happens.
And we've got some really fascinating sources to unpack today, which show us the incredible power of this real-time data. We'll be looking particularly through the lens of a key player in this exact transformation, a company called DBR77. Their solutions and their insights really help illuminate this whole topic, I think. They take it from being this abstract idea to something really tangible. Okay, so let's start with that core problem then. Imagine trying to navigate that ship in the fog, like we said. That's pretty much what many companies face when they lack that full, comprehensive visibility into their production processes. They're essentially operating blind. Or maybe, at best, with a really distorted, delayed view of reality. So what are the real tangible consequences when businesses are in that situation? What actually happens when that fog truly settles in and just lingers?
Oh, the consequences are, they're far-reaching and, frankly, quite destructive. They ripple throughout the whole organization, really impacting the bottom line. When companies lack that full visibility, operational problems, they just get detected far too late. We're talking about issues that have often already led to pretty significant losses, not just in terms of precious time, but also, valuable raw materials, energy, and ultimately hard-earned money. And this forces companies into this constant, really exhausting state of reaction. Instead of proactively addressing some minor glitch, like maybe a slight change in a machine's temperature or a barely noticeable slowdown on the line, they're typically responding to a full-blown crisis.
Like a breakdown.
Exactly. A machine breakdown, a major quality defect showing up, or maybe a missed delivery deadline. This reactive posture is just incredibly inefficient and costly. It's like constantly having to repair your car after it's broken down on the highway instead of doing the preventative maintenance.
Yeah, right. That makes sense.
And this lack of real-time insight also means that decision-making is consistently, suboptimal. Without complete or current data, managers, they're forced to rely on assumptions, maybe gut feelings, or, if they're lucky, outdated reports. This leads to misallocating resources, making poor investment choices, or even missing critical market opportunities because they just don't have that granular, up-to-the-minute information they need for precise judgment.
Like trying to plan next week based on last month's numbers.
Precisely. It's a recipe for inefficiency. And furthermore, it results in just immense wasted resources and significantly increased operational costs because of all these hidden inefficiencies. Think about it. If you can't see exactly where energy is being overused or where materials are being wasted through tiny repeated errors or where machinery is frequently idling or having those really frustrating micro stops.
Micro stops, what are those exactly?
Yeah, there are these really short pauses in operation, maybe just seconds long, too short to register in traditional reporting systems, or maybe they get ignored. But they add up. Over a shift, over a week, they add up to huge amounts of lost production hours.
Ah, okay. I see.
So if you can't see those things, you can't fix them. These hidden inefficiencies, they just silently erode your profit margins and your competitiveness. It's like having a persistent, slow leak in your plumbing that you just can't find because, well, you're operating in the dark. It just drains your potential.
Okay, so that's the grim reality of operating blind, or with those slow, silent leaks, as you put it. What's the promise then? What really changes when that fog lifts, when companies get that true, comprehensive visibility into their processes? What kind of fundamental transformation can they actually expect?
The transformation is profound. It really is. It shifts a company from just reactive survival mode to proactive growth and genuine operational excellence. With comprehensive process visibility, you enable continuous monitoring of production performance. Now, this isn't just about, periodic checks or those end-of-day reports that are already historical data by the time you read them. It's about constant real-time oversight. You're tracking every single pulse of the operation, every machine cycle, every material movement, allowing for immediate insights into how things are truly performing moment by moment.
Okay, constant oversight. Got it.
And that leads directly to the rapid identification of issues. When you have continuous monitoring, you can quickly pinpoint those elusive bottlenecks that always seem to slow down production. You can detect errors right as they happen on the line. You can identify those tiny micro stops we just talked about, the ones that seem insignificant individually but add up to huge losses. And you can immediately spot machine downtimes. This immediate detection is absolutely crucial because it prevents these small issues from escalating into major, really costly disruptions.
Like seeing a tiny crack before it becomes a burst pipe.
Exactly that analogy. You see it, you fix it, done, before it causes a flood. And crucially, this level of visibility facilitates accurate planning and forecasting. So instead of relying on historical averages or, educated guesses, businesses can make precise production schedules. They can allocate resources with incredible accuracy. And it's all based on current, reliable, real-time data, not assumptions from last quarter.
That sounds vital for meeting customer demands.
Oh, absolutely vital, especially for meeting dynamic market demands, fulfilling orders on time, and minimizing waste throughout the entire supply chain. You're not just hoping you have enough raw materials or labor for next week's orders, based on current capacity and real-time performance. And perhaps most importantly, comprehensive visibility allows for a truly proactive response. So instead of just analyzing the aftermath of problems doing post-mortems, businesses can facilitate immediate action and intervention. This is about making decisions in the moment, empowering production teams to maybe reroute materials if there's a blockage, reallocate personnel if a machine goes down, or initiate preventative maintenance before a minor issue becomes a costly failure. It shifts the entire operational mindset, from fixing yesterday's problems to optimizing today's output and intelligently anticipating tomorrow's needs.
It's the difference between driving by looking only in the rearview mirror versus navigating with a real-time GPS.
That's a great way to think about it. Exactly.
Okay, let's unpack this a bit more then. This level of real-time visibility sounds incredibly powerful, almost like having, X-ray vision for your factory floor. But it's not magic, is it? It's really about smart technology, specifically the Internet of Things, or IoT. So how do companies actually achieve this instantaneous, granular data collection, the kind that forms the bedrock of this transparency?
You're absolutely right. It's not magic, it's smart technology. And IoT is indeed that foundational layer. IoT achieves this real-time data collection through the strategic, almost surgical deployment of sensors. And these aren't just, generic sensors you might pick up anywhere. They are often dedicated, sophisticated systems mounted directly on individual machines, sometimes across entire production plants, creating this vast network of digital eyes and ears.
You're right.
And DBR77, for instance, they emphasize that they provide their own proprietary sensing systems. This is important because it ensures high accuracy, reliability, and, crucially, seamless integration with their broader platform. That's key for consistent data quality.
So proprietary sensors for better data makes sense. What kind of data are we talking about here? What do they actually collect?
Oh, they collect a really rich variety of critical parameters. We're talking incredibly granular data that paints a comprehensive, live picture of the operational state. This includes things like machine uptime and downtime. This is fundamental, right? Knowing precisely when a machine is running optimally versus when it's idle or actually broken down, it's crucial for calculating overall productivity and scheduling maintenance effectively. It's not just a status light. It's a direct input to efficiency calculations.
Okay, uptime, downtime, standard but essential.
Then, number of units produced and also rejected products. This gives immediate insight into production volume, obviously, but just as importantly, into quality control in real time. Are you producing efficiently? And is what you're producing meeting the quality standards right now? This allows for immediate correction if, say, defects start appearing suddenly.
Catching quality issues instantly, not at the end of the batch.
Exactly. Also, average operational cycle times. This measures how long it takes for a machine, or maybe an entire process, to complete a single cycle. Identifying cycles that are taking longer than average can immediately pinpoint emerging bottlenecks, perhaps equipment degradation starting, or subtle inefficiencies that need addressing.
Little slowdowns that add up.
Precisely. And then there are other critical parameters like temperature, pressure, and machine operating time. These are vital for process control, for predictive maintenance, knowing when a machine is running too hot, for example, and just ensuring equipment operates within its optimal and safe parameters.
Got it. So a whole range of detailed data points.
Yes, and what makes this truly powerful is the real-time transmission. This collected data isn't just stored locally on the machine for someone to download later. It's automatically transmitted, often wirelessly, to a central analytical system, instantly. This enables immediate processing and analysis, so the insights are available pretty much as soon as the data is generated. And DBR77's approach specifically highlights that their IoT solutions are designed for seamless integration. They can work with diverse devices and existing production systems, regardless of, say, their age or complexity. This stable and secure communication ensures that data flows freely for immediate analysis and, crucially, for process correction when deviations occur, preventing issues from getting worse.
So stable, secure, real-time flow of data. And from a management perspective, what are the key takeaways? You mentioned DBR77 has a view on this.
Yes, from their perspective, and generally for management, the value of this real-time data collection really boils down to about 5 transformative points. First, it allows for the undeniable identification of inefficiencies. Real-time data quickly spots exactly where processes are lagging, where there's too much idle time, or where resources are being wasted. It highlights the problem areas with undeniable data-backed precision, allowing for really targeted interventions. No more guessing.
Okay, pinpointing waste.
Second, it drives workflow optimization. With these precise insights, you can continuously improve material flow operational sequences. Imagine seeing in real time that a certain routing of materials or a specific sequence of tasks consistently causes delays. This allows you to maybe resequence tasks or adjust the physical layout for smoother, more efficient operations based on actual data.
Fine-tuning the flow.
Third, it enables incredibly accurate production needs forecasting. By analyzing current and historical operational patterns down to the minute, companies can predict future production demands much more reliably than before. This helps with everything from optimizing your inventory management to precisely staffing your production lines for upcoming orders.
Better predictions.
Fourth, it leads to significantly enhanced data accuracy and profound cost reduction. Automating the data collection drastically reduces manual analysis time. It virtually eliminates human error in data entry or transcription, and it lowers the overall cost of obtaining critical information. This leads to much higher data integrity, trustworthy data.
Less manual work, fewer errors, lower costs.
And finally, number 5, it ensures faster, more informed decisions. Management can make quicker, more accurate operational decisions because they're based on empirical analysis, solid, unarguable data, not just guesswork or intuition. This empowers them to be much more agile and responsive to constantly changing market conditions.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. But raw data, even if it's real-time and perfectly accurate, it can just be overwhelming, right? Just a flood of numbers, measurements. This is where the virtual dashboards come in, I assume?
Yeah.
They act like the mission control center, the control tower for the whole operation, turning that raw data into something you can actually use.
Absolutely. You've hit it exactly. Virtual control panels or dashboards, they are that critical interface. They make all that rich, real-time IoT data, comprehensible and, crucially, actionable for human beings. Their primary role is the intuitive graphical KPI presentation. They present key production indicators, KPIs, in a highly visual format. Think charts, graphs, maybe color-coded alerts, performance meters, and crucially, they do it in real time. This completely eliminates the need to sift through dense spreadsheets or wait for those end-of-shift reports or manually compile data from different sources. The information is instantly digestible pretty much at a glance.
Visuals instead of spreadsheets. I like that.
Exactly. And these dashboards are designed for seamless managerial and operator access. Though the specific metrics they highlight might differ slightly depending on the user's role and what they need to focus on. For managers, they can track essential metrics like overall equipment effectiveness, OEE, in real time. Now, OEE is really the gold standard metric. It tells you how well your manufacturing operation is running by combining three critical factors: machine availability, is it running, performance speed, how fast compared to its potential, and product quality, how many good units.
Availability, performance, quality. Got it.
Seeing that OEE number live means managers can immediately identify dips in overall productivity and start diagnosing the root cause right away, rather than discovering a problem days later when it's already significantly impacted output. They can also see the current status of each machine. A quick glance tells them if a machine is operating efficiently, if it's idle, or if it's experiencing a breakdown. This visual map of the entire plant floor allows for a quick assessment of emerging bottlenecks or critical issues that need immediate attention.
Like a live map of the factory floor.
Pretty much. And they can monitor crucial qualitative and quantitative parameters. This might include specific temperature ranges inside a furnace, or pressure levels in a hydraulic system, or even live feedback on specific quality checks being performed by automated sensors further down the line. Now, for operators on the floor, these dashboards provide immediate feedback on their specific workstation or production line. This empowers them to make on-the-spot adjustments, maybe optimize settings slightly, or call for assistance the moment an anomaly appears on their screen. This means they are not just executing tasks anymore. They are actively monitoring and contributing to the efficiency of their part of the process. They become empowered participants, not just passive task doers.
Giving power back to the operators, too. That's interesting.
Yes, and the profound power of these dashboards really lies in enabling that rapid diagnosis. They allow for quick identification of issues, trends, or anomalies, and they facilitate immediate decision-making. Imagine a red flag popping up on a dashboard indicating a machine is about to fail because it's overheating. An operator or manager can intervene before a costly breakdown occurs. They can schedule a proactive repair during the next break rather than reacting to a catastrophic failure that stops the whole line.
Preventing fires instead of just putting them out.
Exactly. It completely eliminates the need for those time-consuming manual reports, which, let's be honest, are often outdated by the time they're compiled and analyzed anyway. The dashboard is truly the pulse of the operation, visible and actionable, allowing for these nimble, informed responses that save time, money, and a lot of headaches.
Okay, here's where it gets really interesting for me. We've talked about the problem, the invisible operations. We've talked about IoT getting the raw data and dashboards making it usable. But how does a platform like DBR77 actually tie all these pieces together, the sensors, the data, the dashboards, into one cohesive, powerful system? How do they deliver that truly comprehensive visibility? It sounds like a massive integration challenge.
It is indeed a massive undertaking, you're right. But DBR77 has engineered a remarkably integrated approach. They've built what you could call a holistic ecosystem for digital transformation, rather than just offering, piecemeal solutions for different problems. Their core strength really lies in their truly integrated data collection. DBR77 doesn't just rely on trying to plug into existing systems, which can be messy. They also provide their own dedicated IoT sensors, as we mentioned. This ensures the highest quality and most comprehensive data capture right from the ground up, guaranteeing accuracy and reliability. This robust collection system, combined with data pulled from a client's existing production systems, maybe their MES or ERP, creates what we often call a single source of truth.
A single source of truth, meaning everyone sees the same data.
Exactly. It means all departments from engineering to logistics to management are working from the same, consistent, and completely up-to-the-minute data. This eliminates discrepancies, it improves collaboration significantly, and it ensures everyone is literally on the same page working from the same facts.
Okay, unified data collection. What happens next?
Well, once this rich data is collected, it's made accessible and actionable through their advanced dashboards. And these are not just generic displays you might see. They are sophisticated, highly user-friendly control panels specifically tailored to the unique needs of different roles within an organization. Whether it's that floor operator who needs immediate critical machine status updates for their specific workstation, or the plant manager who needs that high-level overview of OEE across multiple lines, maybe even multiple facilities. The design emphasizes clarity and immediate insight. The platform also handles automated KPI calculation. This is a huge time saver, and it eliminates potential human error in calculations. Instead of someone manually crunching numbers or waiting for reports, DBR77 automatically computes those vital operational indicators like OEE, individual machine cycle times, and even those tiny, often overlooked microstops we discussed. This provides immediate standardized insights without any manual intervention, leading to much faster problem identification and response.
Automated calculations, tailored dashboards. That sounds efficient. But you mentioned something else earlier, something about a digital twin. That sounds like the real cornerstone here.
It absolutely is. The power of the digital twin is perhaps the cornerstone of DBR77's integrated approach, and truly what sets them apart in a very competitive field. Now, this isn't just a fancy buzzword for a 3D model like some people think. It's a profound game changer that allows for unparalleled foresight. The DBR77 digital twin technology creates a virtual and mathematical model, essentially, a virtual replica of a real production plant or maybe a logistics center.
A virtual replica. Okay, how does that work?
Think of it like this. It uses advanced 3D simulation technology, and it integrates seamlessly with all that real-time IoT data we just talked about. It uses that data to mirror every single detail, every production line, every individual machine, every robot, even every aspect of material flow within your physical facility. It's like a living, breathing digital copy that updates itself in real time, reflecting exactly what's happening on the shop floor right now.
Wow. A live digital copy of the entire operation.
Exactly. And this level of detail enables incredibly powerful scenario testing. Users can simulate a vast array of operational scenarios without disrupting their live revenue-generating operations. This is absolutely critical.
Zero risk testing.
Precisely. It means you can virtually test out new ideas, respond to hypothetical challenges, or optimize processes with zero risk to your actual production output. For example, you could simulate changing production layouts. What if we moved machine A over here and machine B over there? Would that optimize material flow and reduce travel time? The digital twin shows you the precise impact. Maybe throughput increases by 5%. Maybe bottlenecks appear elsewhere before you move a single heavy piece of equipment.
Test layouts virtually.
Testing new machine settings.
Yeah.
How would a slight adjustment in a machine's speed or its temperature or pressure affect throughput, energy consumption, and maybe product quality? You can tweak it virtually in the simulation and see the outcomes immediately.
Optimize settings without downtime.
Introducing entirely new product lines. How would adding a new product impact your existing production lines? What about resource allocation, overall capacity? The digital twin can run this kind of stress test for you.
Plan for new products.
Or even simulating equipment failures. What happens if this critical machine breaks down for an hour, or maybe a whole day? How can we reroute production effectively, reallocate labor, adjust schedules to minimize the downtime impact and maintain output as much as possible? You can practice your emergency responses in the virtual world.
Practice disaster recovery. That's powerful.
It really is. This robust simulation capability helps identify potential bottlenecks before they occur in the real world. It helps predict potential downtimes with far greater accuracy. And it lets you develop optimal implementation strategies that have been thoroughly vetted and refined in the virtual environment first. It allows for a level of foresight and proactive problem solving that simply isn't possible with traditional reactive methods.
You mentioned VR and AR integration too. How does that fit in?
Yes. To enhance this, DBR77 also integrates virtual reality, VR, and augmented reality, AR. This provides highly realistic and immersive visualizations of these simulated solutions. Imagine putting on a VR headset and literally walking through your digitally simulated factory. You can see the new proposed layouts, maybe inspect the virtual model of new equipment, or observe the optimized workflows in action before a single physical change is made.
So you can really see the changes beforehand.
Exactly. This allows managers and engineers to better assess planned changes, to collaborate more effectively with stakeholders, maybe showing the finance team the expected ROI visually and ultimately minimize the risk of costly errors, missed deadlines, or unforeseen complications before actual implementation. It's all about building confidence and certainty in your decisions.
Okay, the digital twin with VRR sounds like a massive leap. Is there anything else in their integrated approach?
Yes. One final piece that connects operations to strategy is their DRD tool. DRD stands for Droga Rozwoju Sufferwigo, which translates roughly to Digital Development Roadmap. This is an intelligent tool that enables companies to assess their current digital maturity level. Where are they on the digitalization journey? It helps them analyze relevant market megatrends affecting their industry and then create detailed digital transformation roadmaps across 27 distinct operational, developmental, and technological areas. This ensures that the increased visibility gained from IoT and digital twins isn't just an isolated technology project, but aligns perfectly with broader, overarching business goals. It creates a coherent, impactful, and sustainable strategy for the future.
So it connects the tech to the business strategy.
Precisely. It's about seeing the whole forest, not just the individual trees, and ensuring your technology investments are truly strategic and driving the business forward.
Okay, so what is all this sophisticated technology? The IoT, the dashboards, the digital twin, the strategic roadmap. What does it all mean for a business's bottom line and their overall operational efficiency? We've covered the theory, the tech, DBR77's integrated approach. But let's shift now to some tangible, quantifiable results. What kind of concrete impact have companies actually seen after embracing this level of visibility? This is where the rubber meets the road, right?
Absolutely. And the real-world impact is significant, it's incredibly positive, and most importantly, it's highly quantifiable. These aren't just hypothetical benefits we're talking about. They translate directly into improved performance, reduced costs, and ultimately much better financial outcomes. Let's look at some concrete examples drawn directly from companies that have embraced this enhanced visibility using solutions like DBR77s. Take the case of an automotive parts manufacturer, a real company. By implementing IoT sensors across their production lines and integrating that data with intuitive dashboards, this manufacturer increased their overall equipment effectiveness, their OEE, by a remarkable 12% in just 6 months.
12% OEE jump in 6 months in automotive. That sounds huge.
It is huge. For an automotive parts manufacturer operating on thin margins and tight schedules, that's a monumental achievement. Imagine a scenario where they were consistently losing hours each week due to unexpected downtime from an aging machine, let's say, or maybe subtle slowdowns in a critical process that they just couldn't pinpoint before. With this system, they were able to identify exactly which parts of their operation were underperforming, maybe down to individual machine components signaling an imminent failure, like a bearing starting to vibrate abnormally. This allowed them to schedule preventative maintenance during a planned break, perhaps saving a full day's production, which for them could translate to hundreds of thousands of dollars in lost output otherwise. A 12% jump in OEE means their machines were significantly more available, they performed closer to their optimal speed, and they produced higher quality products with fewer defects, all leading to a massive boost in productivity, output volume, and ultimately profitability. That's not just a statistic, that's a real game changer for them.
Okay, that's a powerful example. What else?
Then there's a beverage production plant. By meticulously monitoring machine cycles and performance with these technologies, they achieved a truly impressive 20% reduction in average downtime.
20% less downtime. Wow.
Yeah. Imagine the impact on their output capacity and, crucially for beverages, their ability to meet delivery schedules for highly perishable products. In that industry, every minute of downtime can directly correlate to lost revenue and potentially product spoilage. Less downtime simply means more product out the door, faster, and more reliably. It reduces waste and increases their responsiveness to market demands. It's the difference between a fully stocked supermarket shelf and a frustrated customer looking at an empty space.
Makes sense, especially with perishable goods. Any other examples?
And finally, consider a textile factory. The introduction of virtual control panels, those powerful dashboards we discussed, boosted their reaction time to failures by an impressive 30%.
30% faster reaction.
Yes. This really highlights the immediate responsiveness gained. When a machine breaks down in a continuous process like textile production, every minute counts. Downtime can lead to massive bottlenecks, wasted material, and a cascading effect throughout the entire supply chain downstream. A 30% faster reaction time means issues get addressed much more quickly, losses are minimized, cascading failures are often prevented, and production gets back on track with minimal delay. It's like having an emergency response team that already knows exactly what the problem is and where to go before they even leave the station.
Right. These aren't small tweaks. These are significant transformative shifts in how these companies operate.
They directly impact competitiveness.
So beyond these really impressive individual case studies showing direct impacts on productivity, downtime, responsiveness, what are the broader, maybe systemic benefits that companies gain from achieving this full transparency in their processes? What's the bigger picture here for their long-term health, their resilience, their competitiveness in what seems like an increasingly turbulent global market?
That's a great question. The overarching benefits of full operational transparency are indeed systemic. They create a healthier, more robust, and definitely more adaptable business in the long run. Firstly, it leads to much faster problem resolution. With real-time data and those intuitive dashboards, issues aren't just identified quickly, they're also eliminated swiftly because the teams have the precise, objective information they need to act decisively. No more arguing about what the problem might be. This prevents minor issues from snowballing into major disruptions and significantly reduces the time and resources spent just on troubleshooting.
Less time fighting fires.
Exactly. Secondly, it results in a tangible increase in team efficiency. When production teams and maintenance teams have immediate, shared access to the data they need, like live machine status, performance metrics, maybe predictive insights into potential failure points, they are empowered to work far more effectively. They can prioritize tasks intelligently, anticipate maintenance needs before breakdowns occur, and collaborate with a shared, accurate understanding of the situation. This shifts them from that reactive firefighting mode to proactive optimization and even strategic decision-making right there on the shop floor.
Empowering the teams on the ground?
Thirdly, there's significantly more precise planning and resource allocation. With accurate, real-time insights into your actual production capacity and current performance levels, companies can achieve much more precise production planning and resource management. This translates directly into less wasted raw material, optimized energy consumption, and better utilization of both expensive machinery and valuable human capital. You can truly right-size your operations to meet demand without overspending or underproducing.
Cutting waste, optimizing resources.
Fourthly, it enables dramatically improved forecasting. When you have a clear, transparent view of your current operational capabilities, combined with detailed historical performance data collected automatically, you can better predict future costs. And critically, you can predict customer order fulfillment times much more accurately. This is absolutely essential for managing customer expectations effectively, enhancing customer satisfaction, and ensuring financial stability by accurately budgeting and forecasting revenue. It builds predictable reliability into your operations.
Better predictions for finance and customers.
And finally, and perhaps most crucially in the long run, it builds enhanced trust. When a company operates with such high levels of operational stability and reliability, consistently delivering on promises, minimizing delays, producing high-quality goods time after time, it naturally builds greater confidence among its customers and its business partners. They know you can deliver. They know your supply chain is robust and that you are a reliable, predictable partner to work with. DBR77's focus on improving OEE, for example, directly translates into better financial outcomes for their clients. That's the ultimate proof point, right? It builds that enhanced trust and becomes a powerful differentiator in a competitive market.
Building trust through reliability.
It's all about building a solid reputation for unflappable reliability.
Okay, this all sounds incredibly powerful. I mean, it really offers a clear path to greater efficiency, profitability, a stronger competitive advantage. But we both know that digital transformation in pretty much any industry is rarely without its significant hurdles. It's definitely not as simple as just flipping a switch, right? Especially when you're dealing with complex industrial environments, maybe with lots of legacy systems, established ways of working. What are some of the common challenges companies face when they try to integrate these advanced visibility solutions?
You're absolutely right. Implementing these solutions, despite their immense benefits, comes with distinct, often quite formidable challenges. It's important to acknowledge them. One major hurdle is dealing with diverse machine standards and legacy systems. Older machinery, which is often still critical to operations and represents a huge capital investment companies aren't ready to replace, typically has vastly different communication protocols and data formats than newer, more modern systems. This creates a complex patchwork, kind of a digital Tower of Babel on the factory floor, where integration becomes really difficult. It might require specialized interfaces, custom programming, or maybe expensive middleware just to get all the machines speaking the same digital language, regardless of their age or manufacturer.
Getting old and new tech to talk to each other, yeah, I can see that being tough.
It's a very common issue. Another significant concern, especially today with heightened cyber threats and increasing regulations like GDPR, is data security and privacy. Companies are dealing with highly sensitive operational data here, everything from production volumes and proprietary manufacturing processes to intellectual property, maybe even employee performance metrics tied to machine usage. Ensuring the robust security of this data, including stringent transmission encryption, secure cloud or on-premise storage, and strict access protection controls is absolutely paramount. Any breach could have devastating competitive, financial, and reputational consequences.
Security is definitely top of mind for everyone now.
Absolutely. And finally, there's often the most challenging aspect of all, the human element. It's about adapting work habits and fostering a new culture. This is a profound challenge because it requires managers, supervisors, operators on the floor, everyone, to adjust their established work processes. Sometimes these are habits they've had for decades. They need to learn to actively rely on and interpret this real-time data stream. It's a significant cultural shift from making decisions based purely on experience or those periodic delayed reports to responding to dynamic, instantaneous information presented on a screen. This can involve extensive new training, overcoming some natural resistance to change, we've always done it this way, and really fostering a truly data-driven mindset throughout the entire organization, from the C-suite right down to the shop floor.
The people side is always the hardest part, isn't it?
Often, yes. It requires careful management and communication.
So what's fascinating here, though, is DBR77 seems to have specifically designed its platform and its approach to address these very challenges head-on. It sounds like they're trying to make the path to digital transformation smoother and maybe more accessible for a wider range of companies. How do they actually tackle these common pain points that often derail even the most well-intentioned digital initiatives?
That's a great question because their strategic approach to these specific challenges really is a key differentiator for them. They haven't ignored these problems. They've actively engineered solutions directly into their platform and their business model. Let's start with accessibility and ease of adoption. For companies that might feel there's a high entry barrier, maybe they don't have extensive digitalization experience or a large internal IT department, DBR77's approach is fundamentally human-centric. This emphasizes simplicity and intuitiveness in the user interface. They claim most functionalities are accessible after just a few hours of training, which significantly reduces the need for expensive external IT experts or lengthy, complex onboarding processes.
Making it easier for non-experts to get started.
Exactly. They don't just provide the software, they invest heavily in extensive educational materials. This includes detailed case studies showing real results, their Academia DBR77, which is an online learning platform, and regular webinars. These resources empower companies to quickly understand the value and the mechanics of digital twins and IoT, enabling them to start driving benefits without feeling overwhelmed by technical complexities.
Okay, so education and ease of use. What about integration with existing systems in big companies? That sounds like a nightmare.
Right, the complexity of integrating with existing systems in large organizations, those big entrenched ERP, MES, and WMS systems that run the business. For these large enterprise clients, DBR77 simplifies deployment by being entirely browser-based. This means it typically doesn't require complex, disruptive modifications to a company's existing IT infrastructure. No big installs needed everywhere. Integration with these large systems, ERP, MES, WMSers, the core software backbone, is facilitated by a carefully designed API. That's an application programming interface, which basically allows different software systems to talk to each other seamlessly, exchanging data. And critically, DBR77's dedicated IT support team actively assists clients in these integration projects. They help manage it, minimizing the time costs and significantly reducing the risk of operational downtime during the implementation phase.
So browser-based API integration and support, that helps. What about data quality and security? You mentioned those were big concerns.
Yes. Addressing the crucial issue of data integrity and trust, which covers both data quality dependency and those cloud data processing concerns, is key. DBR77 doesn't just offer software. They provide their own robust hardware solutions, including their proprietary sensors, and a comprehensive system for collecting high-quality, reliable data directly from the production lines. This helps ensure good data goes in. And crucially, they recognize that some companies might lack sufficient live historical data initially, maybe to train AI models effectively or build really accurate simulation models right away. So they also provide a standard database for preliminary simulations. While simulations based on scarce live data might naturally have slightly lower precision at first, this baseline allows companies to identify major problems and areas for immediate improvement right from the start. It helps them demonstrate tangible value quickly, even before a complete historical data infrastructure is built up over time.
A starter database, okay? And security.
And on the security front, DBR77 operates under the highest security standards. They hold the prestigious ISO 27001 certification. Now, this isn't just some fancy certificate. It means they adhere to the highest global standards for information security management systems. It gives clients peace of mind that their sensitive operational data is protected with best-in-class protocols and practices. All the data is stored on AWS servers located in Frankfurt, Germany, which fully complies with the stringent GDPR requirements for data privacy. And the platform is strictly B2B, with all users signing mutual non-disclosure agreements, NDAs. This provides an additional layer of legal and ethical security for that sensitive operational data.
ISO certified, GDPR compliant NDAs. It sounds like they take security seriously.
They have to. It's table stakes in this field.
What about their market strategy? Facing off against huge tech giants must be tough. And those long decision cycles in heavy industry.
Good points. Regarding market strategy and scalability, particularly in the face of fierce competition from established giants like Siemens or ABB, DBR77 initially focused strategically on small and medium enterprises, SMEs. This segment is often underserved and sometimes overlooked by the larger players, which created a significant market opportunity where DBR77 could demonstrate its agility and, importantly, its cost-effectiveness. Their simplified implementation model, their flexible subscription-based pricing, and the lower initial costs compared to competitors' implementations that can easily run into 6 figures or more also started attracting larger corporations. These bigger companies were looking for agile, cost-effective solutions without needing massive upfront capital investments.
So starting with SMEs, then attracting larger fish. Smart. And the long decisions.
To combat those notoriously long decision cycles in industry, DBR77 strongly advocates for pilot projects. This allows clients to test the solutions on a small scale first, maybe on one production line or one specific problem area. They can quickly verify the effects and see tangible ROI relatively fast. The subscription model, again, avoids those high upfront costs, which significantly accelerates decision-making. After a successful pilot phase, clients are far more likely to proceed with full adoption because they've already experienced the tangible benefits firsthand. It de-risks the decision.
Pilots to prove value quickly. Makes sense. And you mentioned their marketplace for integrators and expansion.
Yes. For the need for a strong integrator network and also for supporting international expansion, DBR77 has built an innovative solution, their marketplace platform. This online platform connects manufacturing companies with a huge network over 800 technology providers and 600 integrators. They claim it's one of the largest platforms of its kind globally. This one-stop-shop approach ensures clients have quick access to specialized expertise, streamlining the process of finding and implementing the right automation and digitalization solutions for their specific needs. For international growth, they actively collaborate with local integrators and distributors globally, many of whom already operate internationally. This significantly simplifies adapting DBR77 solutions to local market requirements, maybe different tax systems or specific technological standards, helping accelerate their global growth.
A big ecosystem approach.
Exactly. And finally, in terms of future-proofing and continuous innovation, particularly concerning the constant, rapid development in AI and digital twin technologies, DBR77 seems uniquely positioned. The platform continuously gathers vast amounts of data, both real-time data from their sensors and synthetically generated data from their simulations. This creates an excellent, ever-expanding training base for their advanced AI algorithms. Better data leads to better AI. Their direct collaboration with technology providers and integrators via the marketplace ensures that information about new hardware and emerging solutions is always up to date, feeding back into their own development pipeline. Plus, the platform's spatial analysis functionalities enable seamless cooperation with the latest AI models, ensuring DBR77 remains at the cutting edge of industry innovation and maintains a strong competitive advantage. It's about building a system that learns and evolves continuously with the industry itself.
Okay, so for companies listening to this, maybe feeling inspired to embark on this journey, to move from operating in that fog to achieving crystal clear visibility, what are the practical steps they should consider taking? Is there a typical roadmap? And looking ahead, beyond these initial steps, what does the future really hold for this kind of transformative technology and the industry itself? What kind of world are we building here with all this tech?
For companies ready to embrace this change, the roadmap to increasing operational visibility usually involves a series of practical, sequential steps. Taking it step by step makes the transition manageable and impactful. First, you really need to define your key indicators to monitor. Don't just start collecting data for data's sake. That quickly becomes noise, not signal. Clearly identify the crucial metrics that matter most to your specific business goals. Maybe it's OVE, maybe it's cycle time for specific critical processes, maybe it's machine downtimes by cause code. These will be your compass and your speedometer for the journey.
Start with the goals, define the metrics. Makes sense.
Second, proceed with the strategic installation of IoT sensors. You don't have to do the whole factory at once. Deploy sensors on your most critical machines or production lines first, the ones causing the most pain or offering the biggest opportunity, then expand from there. These are your digital eyes and ears on the factory floor, continuously feeding you the raw truth of your operations.
Phased sensor deployment.
Third, you need to implement a robust data platform. This is where the magic happens, turning data into insights. You need a robust system for collecting, processing, storing, and analyzing all the incoming data from your sensors. This platform acts as the intelligent brain of your visibility system, making sense of that torrent of information.
The platform to manage the data.
Fourth, build intuitive virtual dashboards, and tailor these dashboards specifically to the roles of your users, as we discussed. An operator on the floor needs immediate machine status and alerts for their specific workstation. A manager needs high-level performance overviews and trend analysis across multiple lines. Make the data accessible, visually intuitive, and immediately actionable for each specific user group.
Dashboards for different roles.
Fifth, and this is absolutely crucial, train your teams. Technology is only as good as the people using it effectively. You need to educate your production teams, your maintenance staff, your supervisors, your management on how to interpret and effectively utilize this new stream of real-time data in their daily work. This isn't just about installing technology. It's about empowering your people to become proactive problem solvers and continuous improvers using that technology.
Training is key.
And finally, number 6, commit to continuous improvement. Gaining visibility isn't a one-and-done project. It's an ongoing process. Regularly review and update your key indicators. Maybe what mattered last year isn't the priority now. Refine your processes based on the insights you gain. Analyze trends based on the ongoing data collection. This ensures your visibility solution remains relevant, adapts to changing business needs, and continuously drives efficiency gains over the long term. It's a journey of optimization, not a destination.
So it's an ongoing cycle. Define, deploy, platform, visualize, train, improve, repeat.
It's a good summary, yes.
And what is the ultimate impact of taking these steps? How does it affect a company's ability to really thrive in a dynamic, often unpredictable market? And looking further out, what kind of future is DBR77 specifically working towards, building on these foundational technologies like IoT, digital twins, and AI?
The ultimate impact is truly transformative for decision-making, right across the entire enterprise. Companies shift fundamentally from making decisions based on, well, assumptions or gut feelings to fact-based, data-driven choices. This brings a new level of rigor. This leads to an almost exponential increase in the speed of reaction to operational issues. We're talking shaving minutes or hours off response times that previously might have taken days to even identify, let alone fix. Production management becomes significantly more precise and less risky as decisions are informed by real-time facts rather than guesswork or potentially flawed historical averages. Ultimately, this makes the company far more resilient to sudden market changes, shifts in demand, economic downturns, supply chain disruptions, because they have much better control and a deeper understanding over their internal processes. This allows them to adapt quickly and strategically when headwinds appear.
More agile, more resilient.
Exactly. Now, DBR77's specific strategic vision is one of dynamic expansion and continuous development. They're aiming to help transform industry globally, not just locally. In the short to medium term, say 2024-2025, their focus is on consolidating their position in their domestic market with successful pilot projects, proving their value repeatedly. They're also focused on further enhancing their existing product functionalities, refining their IoT solutions, their digital twin capabilities, their AI algorithms based on user feedback and data. They are also actively working, as mentioned in their materials, to finalize their seed funding round. They have a target of around 2M to 2.5M and apparently already secured 1.85M with Ventures as a lead investor.
So they're funding up for growth.
Yes, and these funds are specifically earmarked for further development in the crucial German market and initial expansion into the USA. This highlights their immediate international ambitions and their confidence in their scalability.
Germany and the US next. What about longer term?
Their long-term strategy, looking out to 2026-2030, is even more ambitious. It really looks to redefine industrial operations as we know them. It involves broader international expansion in Western Europe first, then deeper into the USA and potentially Asia, building robust local teams and integrator networks to support that global growth. This includes deep, seamless integration with those external systems we talked about, ERP, MES, WMS, ensuring DBR77 can truly become the central nervous system for their clients' digital ecosystems, orchestrating all the critical data flows. A key future development they talk about is the implementation of Industry 5.0 principles.
Industry 5.0. How's that different from 4.0?
Good question. Industry 4.0 is primarily about automation and data exchange smart factories. Industry 5.0 adds a crucial human-centric element back into the equation. So DBR77 aims to develop a full platform that merges intelligent automation with personalized employee support. It allows for the integrated management of both robots and humans, optimizing for overall operational efficiency by leveraging the best of both. It's not just about optimizing machines, it's about the synergistic interaction of cutting-edge technology and invaluable human skill, creativity, and problem-solving, where technology empowers people rather than replacing them.
Human-robot collaboration, basically.
In a sophisticated, data-driven way, yes. And finally, they plan continued innovation through ongoing significant investment in R&D. They're focusing on new technologies like advanced synthetic data generation, creating artificial data to train AI even faster and cover more scenarios, and expanding their analytical modules to accelerate the detection and elimination of inefficiencies even further. It's all about ensuring they remain at the absolute cutting edge of industrial digital transformation. It's a very exciting roadmap, I think. #outro.
Well, as we wrap up this deep dive, it seems crystal clear that gaining true, granular visibility into production processes isn't just a luxury anymore, is it? It's really become a strategic imperative for any company aiming for survival, for growth, and for sustained competitiveness in today's world. It's about moving decisively from reacting to predicting, from just guessing to actually knowing, and from merely hoping for efficiency to actively engineering it with data-driven precision.
Indeed. The seamless integration of IoT, these powerful digital twins we discussed, and advanced AI, as exemplified so well by platforms like DBR77. It isn't just about optimizing a single factory floor anymore. It's about fundamentally reshaping how businesses operate across their entire supply chains. It's really about creating intelligent, adaptive ecosystems where every part of the operation communicates, informs, and contributes to a continuous, self-optimizing cycle of improvement. It's transforming these industrial giants into much more agile, intelligent organisms.
So what does this all mean for you, our listener? Maybe it's just a prompt to look at your own operational blind spots, whether that's in a factory setting or maybe leading a project team or perhaps even managing your personal workflow. How transparent are your internal processes, really? How might greater immediate visibility transform your daily decision-making? Could it allow you to move faster, maybe with more certainty, and achieve your goals more effectively?
Consider this final thought. In a world that is absolutely washed with data, the true competitive advantage, it seems, lies not in simply collecting mountains of it anymore. Everyone can do that. The advantage lies in making that data immediately visible, intuitively understandable, and, most importantly, truly actionable. What insights are currently hidden in plain sight within your own organization, or maybe even in your own daily routines, just waiting for the right tools, the right approach, to bring them to light and unlock their full transformative potential?